Good evening. Today we're going to start a chapter, issue of debentures, which comes under company accounts. Let's see the introduction of this chapter. Debenture. Debenture is a return document issued by the company acknowledging a debt. So it is just a writing document or document return that says that a loan has been taken by the company. It authorizes that, it shows that they have acknowledged a debt. The person to whom debentures are issued are called as debenture holder. Now, who can issue debentures? Only companies can issue debentures. The person to whom debentures are issued are called as debenture holder. It is an external equity or a long-term borrowings. So debenture comes under long-term borrowings in the balance sheet. Interest on debentures is a charge against the profit. So charge means what? It should be given whether there is a profit or a loss. So interest on debentures is a charge against the profit. Whether the company makes profit or the company incurs loss, interest on debentures should be given towards debenture holders. Now, issue of debentures. Debentures may be issued for cash or for consideration other than cash or as a collateral securities. In shares, we have learned how to pass journal entries when shares are issued for cash and when shares are issued for consideration other than cash. The journal entry is pretty much the same for debentures also. But when it comes to collateral securities, there are certain new things that we need to learn. Now, what is a collateral security? Collateral security is an add-on security. Say, for example, the company takes a loan worth 10 lakh rupees. It has pledged its machinery worth 8 lakh rupees. But the bank is not satisfied with 8 lakh. The bank want one more security. So the company provides an additional security by issuing debentures for 2 lakh rupees. So now the debenture acts as a collateral security. Now the bank will not be a debenture holder until and unless the company makes a default in repaying the principal sum. So the bank will get into the shoes of the debenture holder only when the company makes a default in the payment of interest and therefore the sum. Otherwise, it will just be a collateral security reflecting in the balance sheet. The bank will not have any rights as of a debenture holder. Now, when debentures are issued for cash or consideration other than cash, I've already told you the journal entry is same like shares. So it can be issued at par, it can be issued at premium, or it can be issued at discount. In shares, we don't have discount, but in debentures, we have discount also. Journal entry. Debentures are issued for lump sum. When debentures are issued for lump sum, bank account data to debenture application allotment account. This is for receipt of application and allotment money. The same we do in shares, but we remove the word debentures and we put the word share application allotment account. When shares are issued for lump sum, it's bank account data to share application allotment, whereas here, bank account data to debenture application allotment. This is receipt of application allotment money. Next one, transfer or allotment entry. Debenture application allotment account data to percentage debentures. Now, what is this percentage debentures? Debentures always comes with a prefixed rate. If you have noticed in cash flow statement or sums where we need to prepare balance sheet, you must have noticed debentures given with a prefixed rate. For example, 8% debentures, 6% debentures, 12% debentures. The rate indicates the rate of interest. So, when it comes to shares, When you transfer application allotment money to share capital account, we pass an entry of share application allotment account data to share capital. But here, debenture application allotment account data to percentage debentures. So, generally, wherever we write share capital, here that word will be replaced by percentage debentures. So in shares, wherever we write equity share capital or simply share capital, that word will be replaced by percentage debentures account. So this is the allotment or transfer entry. Next one is refund entry. Sometimes excess applications will be received like it happens in shares. So in that case, the excess application money need to be refunded. So debenture application account data to bank account. Bank is credited for refunding the excess application money on debentures. So that is for lump sum. When debentures are issued in installment, which means it could be par, it could be premium, it could be discount, and it has been divided into 2 or 3 installments: application stage, allotment stage, first call stage, and second call stage, and so on. Now, first normally we do applications here also the same thing. The receipt of application money, debenture application, bank account data to debenture application account. In shares, we'll write bank account data to share application account. Here, debenture application. And in shares, we write share application to share capital. Here, debenture application to percentage debentures. This is transfer of application money to debenture account. Next one, refund entry, refund of excess application money. The same entry that we saw in lump sum. Then allotment due. Debenture allotment to percentage debentures. Bank to debenture allotment for receipt of allotment money. Debenture call to percentage debentures for call due. Bank to debenture call for receipt of calls. So I think you can relate it to shares and easily memorize these journal entries. Just relate it to the shares journal entry, then it will be very easy to carry forward. There can be pro rata here, but there won't be that much of pro rata that we see in shares. Utilization of SPR account. So we saw the journal entries and now we are stepping into SPR. So when debentures are issued at premium, we receive excess fund, right? So SPR account will increase. Now SPR increases not only when debentures are issued at premium, SPR will increase or SPR is created when shares are also issued at premium. Now, can we use this fund for any purposes? Because there is a real money involved in this. SPR account carries real money. So can we use this money for any purpose? Say for example, a machinery is getting repaired tomorrow. Can we use this money to do that repair? Or can we use this to write off any other revenue losses? No, the utilization of SPR is very much strictly handled. So the purpose for which SPR can be used are: the SPR fund can be used for issuing fully paid up bonus shares. So if the company intend to issue bonus shares to its employees or to its directors, if it's fully paid up, then SPR fund can be used for that. Then for writing of establishment expenses or preliminary expenses. As we all know, a business cannot, come up all of a sudden on one fine day. So it will take time and money to set up a business. So all that establishment cost that incurred at the time of setting up of the business can be written off from the SPR fund account. For writing off expenses of or commissions paid or discount allowed on debentures. So in case if there is any expense involved in issuing debentures, any commission paid while issuing debentures, or in case if debentures are by itself issued at discount, then the loss on issue of debentures at discount can be written off from the SPR amount. For providing premium payable on redemption of redeemable preference shares of debentures. When shares are redeemed, redeeming is repaying. So when you redeem it at premium, so that means you repay at a price more than what you issued for. So that is what redemption at premium means. So when you repay more than what you get, you need an extra money for that. So for that purpose, the SPR can be utilized. And last but not the least, the SPR fund can be used for buying your own shares and securities. The company can utilize the SPR fund to buy its own shares and securities. So these are the 5 things that the company are allowed to do with the SPR fund. This is very important to focus on this area. 1 marks and 2 marks will come from this topic. Discount on issue of debentures. Now we saw what happens to the SPR fund, right? So now there is debentures which can be issued at discount, which means a price below than its par value. So which means it's a loss to the company. Now how are the company going to deal with such loss? The discount on issue is a loss on issue of debentures. Hence, it is written off at the earliest within the life or the tenure of the debentures. So this is a very important point to be noted. It should be written off within the life of the debentures. It is a loss. And what kind of loss is this? It's a capital loss. So it is first written off. So when it's a capital loss, we need a legible account to write off this loss. Now, if there is a capital reserve account, if any, utilize that. Now, where do we get this capital reserve from? If you remember, when shares are forfeited and reissued, there will be a capital reserve created. When shares are forfeited and reissued, the profit on forfeiture will be transferred to the capital reserve, the net. So that is where we get a capital reserve fund. So this capital loss can be set off from the capital reserve, if any. If any, so it's not must that every time you have this. If you have, utilize it as a first priority. If not, next is SPR account. I already discussed SPR a while ago. Now, if these two are not there, then the last option is profit and loss account, balance statement or profit and loss account. So these are the step-by-step way to write off the capital loss. It could be written off from the capital reserve, if any. It could be written off from the SPR account, if any. If these two doesn't exist, then transfer the loss to the statement of profit and loss account. So this is the basic introduction of issue of debentures. Hope you like this. Watch this one more time and take the notes.